Hey guys, welcome to the stream. As you can hear, we've got a thunderstorm going. I know they were talking clouds and stuff, but wow, it looks a lot worse than we thought it was. Anyway, we're in Australia. We're down in Cairns, Australia, and we're going to fly into the interior. We are heading into to Alice Springs, actually. So it should be a good flight. It's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours roughly of time, block time, gate to gate. So why don't we get on board and we'll get this Qantas Link A320neo up and running. Now I'm parked over here because if you look at the other gates, it's got a long jetway, and it's supposed to have staged parking. So smaller airplanes would actually park like here. The larger ones would park up here and use the L2 door instead of the L1 door. But the flight sim doesn't give you the option to start back here so that the jetway fits. So they end up going through the wing and on the back, and just didn't want to be bothered with that. So we're out here. Anyway, let's hop in and we'll get the airplane up and ready to go. So she is cold and dark. I'm going to do this for the flight tracking before we start. All right. So our alternate today is actually back here, so we've got double the fuel we normally carry for this flight, just in case we can't get into Alice Springs. This is where we're coming. There's not a lot of options once you go into the interior. Alright, so the parking brake is set, chocks have been removed, ground power is connected, throttles are at idle, engine master is normal, batteries are on, and external power is connected. Now we'll get the passengers on board. 104 passengers today. They can start coming on board now. There we go. So they're going to get on board the airplane and get settled in. So external power is on. Adairs will get up and running now. As per normal, it'll take several minutes to go. I had to downgrade my A320nx thing because the dev model wasn't working with the new update. Hence the last flight I did from Boston to New York, I had to hand fly. But it seems to work on the stable build. Unfortunately, we don't have the MEDAR availability through the MCDU anymore. Not until they get that sorted out. Alright, display panels. Let's get the lights up here. Get you done, you around. It's going to be kind of dark and gloomy, so we're going to need the light. Get the E-cams. A little bit of McDo lighting. Get the overhead. There we go. I'm going to do a click on the floods as well, just to make sure that we can see everything okay. Alright, we're going to squawk 2000 as the default IFR. We'll set that to TARA, and she's on standby. Alright, nav lights coming on. That's taxi. Nav lights on. Paddle lights are all set. Landing gear lever is down. Flaps are up. Spoilers are retracted. Fuel quantity is checked. We'll get the signs on. De-ice is not going to be required. Transponder is all done. Beacon light will stay off at the moment. Emergency exit will alarm. Crew oxygen supply will come on. And we'll get the air running in the back. Temperature currently in Cairns is, what do we got here? 26 degrees Celsius. With winds out of the south at 7 knots. Scattered cloud 2,400 feet. Broken cloud at 2,700 feet. Broken cloud at 3,300 feet. So multiple layers. You can see it out the window there. Should be okay once we get above it. supposed to be getting some light rain in here shortly too, so hopefully we'll be gone by the time that comes in. Alright, so transponder set, beacon lights set, emergency lights are set. FMC, we're going to 34,000 feet today. We'll dial that in since we don't have to worry about approved altitudes. This was going to be my first IVAO flight, but for some reason my password and number are not matching up. So I was getting an error, so I had to send them an email. Alright, departure briefing is fine. So let's get down here. And we will get all this set up. What are you doing here? Oh, they changed these damn keys. There we go. Alright. So let's go over here a little bit more. There we can get a little bit straighter look at this. Alright. So as you can see, the McDo's not working anymore. At least for the MCD menu. Initialization. We are at... Let me just pull up my flight plan so I've got the information handy. We are at YBCS. It's Cairns, and we're going to Yankee Bravo Alpha Sierra, which is Alice Springs. Oh, no, that's fine. None. We're good. Cost index will be 25, and our cruise will be 34,000 feet. Our call sign today is Quebec Juliet Echo 6171. That's our flight number. And our alternate will be Yankee Bravo Charlie Sierra. Gonna align our reference now. Confirm alignment. We're all good. So we'll go to page 2. So our zero fuel weight is 51.6, and our center of gravity is 27.77. Let's enter that again just to make sure it goes. So I know there's a thing where you're supposed to push it first and then do it, but 27.8. Good enough. Okay. Block fuel today is 11.7. Like I said, double what we were going to need. But we got to come back here if we can't get into Alice Springs. Current weather at Alice Springs is good. Slight winds out of the east and clear. So I'm not predicting an issue. Performance today, we're going to be doing a flaps 1 takeoff with 1.01 on the trim. And let's do the flex temp. Let's see if I can find where I put it. There we go. So we're flying the A340 with the CFM engines. Our origin airport is YBCS. They met our. It's fine. Runway. It's not raining yet, so we're okay. So our takeoff weight is 63.4. So 63,400. And we will be departing on runway 15 calculate, and 67 today. So flex of
On
67.
behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. If you have trouble finding a location for any of your carry-on items, please use the flight attendant call.
So there's our V1, our rotate speed, and our climb speed.
Make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers.
Transition altitude is 10,000 feet. That is correct.
The aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be received.
Runway 15,
Feel free to use your portable electronic
Newnham 1
devices during the
departure.
boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart.
We'll insert
Thank
that.
you and welcome aboard.
Now, after Newnham, we're taking an airway, and we are going on the Juliet 644 airway, and we're taking that to AS, which I assume is a beacon. And then from there, we're going direct into the approach. So that's good. So we can go back to the flight plan. And our arrival today, we are set to arrive on runway let's see what the weather is doing. I'll get an update. Well, it's 50. It's almost going to be a direct crosswind. We'll go through. Yeah, okay. We're going to be arriving on the RNAV for runway 30. There's no transitions. So now, if we I don't like the way they've changed this. Anyway, let's go to you. So we're basically going to take out, we're going to loop around, come back over the airport, and then head off to the west. Like that. And then we're going to fly down almost a straight line, and then we're going to do the RNAV into the runway. So we're kind of flying there. We'll vector in and around. But that is all set. And we'll set you to there. All right, now. The awkward getting around this thing so I can get to where I want to be. All right. Now, trend. It used to be. Yeah, these are now views. And that's behind. And that is that. They've really done a number on this. That doesn't do anything. See, while they're loading in, see if I can figure this out very quickly. These are all cockpit views. Drone views, external cameras, fixed cameras, instrument views. Translate. Yeah, they've gotten rid of the up and down camera. Very annoying. Anyway, let's get the rest of this in. We'll go to the weather. Need another monitor almost. Back at Cairns. So 1010. And we'll go to the standby. A couple airplanes moving around out there. 1010. Oh, there he is there. Nice generic airlines coming in. Looks like there's going to be another one out there somewhere as well. Alright. We're going to get the APU ready to go, so we'll throw the beacon on. See how they're doing in the back here. Alright, you can see them getting on board. It's not too bad. Looks like we're getting close to done.
We're ready to go when you are.
Who's that? Laurie Dunn.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Last one on board.
Flight 6171. Our flight time will be roughly 2 hours and 26 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
Alright, so we are good to go. We can finish our startup. Oh, the flaps open. Let's get you up and running. So hopefully in the next day or so they get the update to the A320 out, and we can get back to doing a couple more neat things inside the cockpit, such as the weather and the McDo stuff, which we don't have at the moment. And I'm hoping they split these soon so we can get proper settings here. So be performance here, legs over there, typically is what we would run. Anyway, let me just get adjusted here so we're ready to go. Alright, I can hear the APU warming up, or winding up. So for today's taxi, we're taking off this way. So we are going to be taxiing down to this end of the runway. Fairly short taxi. So we're going to push the tail to the right, and that is from when you're looking at the aircraft from the rear. It looks pretty clear, so we shouldn't have any real issues. So we are pretty much good to go. So, APU is on. APU bleed is on. APU generators are on, and external power is now disconnected. I'll request the push. There we go. Parking brake is off. We're on instant push today. And we will get them to start wheeling us around to the right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety features of our aircraft.
Fuel pumps are on.
You will notice a light illuminated above your seat. When this light
Faster
is
to
illuminated,
ignition
please
and
fasten
engine
your
one
seatbelt
starting.
tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight as we may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth, secure the elastic band behind your head, tighten the straps if necessary, and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it is safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Put it over your head. Wrap the straps around your
All
waist and
right,
buckle up
engine
front.
one is up
Hold
and
the strap
stable.
tight.
Push is finished.
Remove the vest
Starting engine number
firmly on
2.
the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat, slip your arms into the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest.
Into rotation,
Please securely stow
20%.
your personal items. Make sure your seatbelt is
Fuel.
fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in
EGT
a full
rising,
upright
engine
position.
start.
We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
So, got an aircraft perhaps looping around to come in. Alright, engine 2 is stable. Good fuel flow on both. Pressures and temperatures are normal. Hydraulics and electrics are all on and good. APU is coming off, and engine mode selector is to normal. Alright, pre-taxi checklist. Probes and window heat are on. Headings and altimeters. Headings fine. Altimeters are set. 1010. Checked and cross-checked. Standbys are set. Radios and avionics are set. Autopilot set 34,000. Flight director is on both sides. Auto brake set to max. Flaps set to 1. Elevator trim is set to 1. 1 down. Oop. Wrong way. 1 up. And flight controls. Full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, and rudder left, rudder right, and neutral. Alright, we are good to taxi, so taxi light on. And parking brake is off. And we are going to taxi out right here on Charlie 3 to Bravo. We'll take Bravo down to Bravo 2, and then we'll have to backtrack the last little bit down to the end of the runway. So let's get moving. Spoilers into takeoff. TO config. And because it is a short taxi, we'll give them a ding to get ready.
Camera proceeds for takeoff, please.
So it looks like we're going to be about 5 minutes ahead of schedule. Never a bad thing. We can get off on time or slightly early once everybody is on board. Using Navigraph charts for all our navigation needs. And once again, we have a beautiful aircraft here from the Liveries Mega Pack. Qantas Link. It is a real airline, and not sure if this is an actual route they fly, but I'm using it today for this route. Seems appropriate for where we are. Alright, looks like this guy is departing the area, so we have no conflicting traffic. Some more thunder. Yeah, I really think we're going to get out of here right before the storms roll in. All right. Slowing down a bit much. We'll stop and we'll, whoa, some lightning. We'll stop and we'll set up to go. But you can see here the outside temperature is like 27 degrees. That's why we're getting thunderstorms. We're coming into summer here in Australia. All right, so we're gonna hold. Parking brake goes on. So flight instruments are all checked. Engine instruments are checked. Takeoff data is set. Nav equipment is checked. Landing lights will come on. Strobe lights go to auto. Nose light goes to takeoff. Pitot heat's fine. De-ice not required. Transponders on TARA and set on. PWS comes on, and weather radar will come on. And there's the chrono, and out we go. So the clock is running. As I said, we'll move down and we'll have to back taxi that little bit down to the end there. So we're going to hand fly it up to transition altitude, 10,000 feet. So we're going to do a circle out here and basically loop around out over the ocean and then cover back across and then pick up the path out to our Nonum, N-O-N-U-M waypoint. And nobody is there. Winds are not bad. So, yep. I think the storm is about to hit. So, excellent timing getting out of here right now. do the loop around here. There we go. Get her hard over. Storms in the area for sure. We'll get ourselves nicely lined up down the runway. All right. Everything is set. Brakes are set. There's traffic in the area again. All right. Engines to 40%. And stable. Nose down 5 degrees. Brakes are released. Throttle to flex. All right. Flex, SRS and runway enabled. 100 knots. Ease off on the pressure. V1. Rotate. Pitch back to about 15 degrees. Positive rate. Gear up. Nosing down to about 10 degrees. We're going to start our left turn here. Throttles and climb. Take it over to a 30-degree bank. All right, speed's 200. Flaps up. I don't know why we're diving there. Why I'm crooked either. There we go. All right. I'm gonna keep her up at about a 10-degree pitch. She's auto trimming, okay. Now we'll begin our .30-degree bank. This will take us back towards the airport. Whoa. And we're gonna head direct to Newnham now. We'll level out. It's 8,000 feet. Bring her back to 10 degrees again. Don't know what the flight director's doing.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet to maintain on larger portable
Lady lights are off.
devices.
Taxi lights
This
off.
is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you will be required to pay a small fee. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi to find out more information.
So we might get a little bit of a tailwind as we head down. All right. Okay, you're supposed to be following that. Where are you going? Heading mode. See, this is what I mean by the autopilot being kind of broken. Don't tell me I'm hand flying this flight now too. Alright, we're gonna have to get our climb going here again. Oh, it's coming in now. Let's see what happens when I hit Newnham if it flips over to... Now, see, even now the flight director's wrong. So it looks like maybe the stable version isn't working either. I may have to roll back to another version. Not something I really want to do. Nose down. Let's go into I don't know if that's even going to work. I don't want to turn on the autopilot because it's just going to head off the other way. Now I checked before doing this flight, and they hadn't released an update, so this flight's being done with the 4.1 version of the patch. See, it's not even clicking over on the next thing, so that's no, flight plan direct. That's where we're headed. $700 miles away. So it looks like we are hand flying this one for the next couple hours. Which is a little annoying. It's amazing how every time they release an update to the sim, something breaks. But, I mean, it looks good. I mean, look at the countryside out there. The red Australian desert. There's the aircraft looking great. I just got to get a lot of this stuff sorted out. Of course, I can't jump outside too much now because who knows what's going to happen to the airplane. We'll see if I can get it to follow heading mode once we get to altitude. I'm not sure if it'll work, but we'll give it a try. Well, to whoever's watching, feel free to say hi in chat. We're on our way to Alice Springs in the interior of Australia. And fortunately, it looks like we're leaving the weather behind. Seems to be all just on the coast. A lot of clouds behind us, not too much in front of us. Really annoyed they took out the ability to raise your position up and down. I'm gonna have to look into that and see if those buttons got unassigned for some reason. I got 2,000 feet to go and we'll be in cruise. Can level off. Yeah, you can see our stall speed creeping up, so let's get her down to 10 degrees. Should start accelerating again. See, you're automatically trimming to maintain that 10-degree nose up. And for the routing, we're basically heading straight to the airport. Like I said, we'll vector around for the approach, but we're on an airway that basically runs straight between the two, so pretty uneventful flight that way. All right, we're coming up to 34,000. Start to level off now. There we go. Coming back into the cruise mode. Oh. And we'll get our speed up now. We're gonna have to keep nudging her down. It's really annoying. The flight directors are playing these games.
Please look in your seat back for our menu, and one of our crew members will stop by shortly for your order. If you'd like to order additional menu items, you may hit the flight attendant call button at any time, and we would be happy to.
So our altitude's going to fluctuate a little bit, up and down as we go. Obviously, since we're doing this by hand, and any change in pressure or winds will cause us to climb or descend, but we'll try to maintain 34,000 the best we can. You can see the clouds are kind of sticking to the coast. And once we get into the interior, it's nothing but blue skies. Let's bring this speed back a bit. 290. Get her to hold here. Now, except for the flight directors, everything is set properly. So if I turn this on, question is, what is going to happen? Yep. She wants to go somewhere else. It would be so nice if they had like an altitude hold in this thing, or if you could turn it, like, leave this on manual and just have that hold. But the only one that works in that sort of fashion is the auto throttle to hold speed. Alright, so we're not doing bad. Decent ground speed. The headwind's not that bad. It's only 12 knots, which at 34,000 feet is kind of odd, but I don't know where the southern jet stream is. So, since we're just plugging along here, let's enter in the performance stuff for our arrival. So the current QNH is 1012. The temperature is 33 degrees, a little bit hotter without that sea breeze. Winds are 050 at 050 at 11. Transition altitude is 10,000 feet here in Australia. And the decision height on the runway is 2,090 feet. So we'll enter that in. That's an MDA, not a decision height. Oh. Let me try something here. 0 and... Okay, you will take that in. Should be 300 and... Oh. That's the decision altitude. Yeah, the decision height is 326 feet. That's what I thought. Okay. So that's all entered in. So we're good there. And we're getting a little high, so let me just ever so gently nose her down. Get her level again. Even a slight descent, we can lose a little bit of that extra altitude we gained. So if we look at our flight plan, yeah, BASI, BAS-A, BAS-F. And at BASI we got to be at 5,200 feet. So that's our target for our descent. So we got a little bit more cloud appearing. That's about 120 miles away over that way. I think you'd probably just make it out a little bit over there. Little puffs of cloud. Again, I'm running the game on my monitor at 1080, which has freed up enough space not only for the streaming, but to allow me to push ultra high resolution clouds as well. which makes it nice for you guys seeing all the nice clouds and stuff. Yeah, little bits for flying over, not too bad. So they're serving dinner in the back, which is odd because this is a morning flight. It's actually like 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning when we took off. So, eat breakfast. Although it doesn't give me the option to do that change or setup in packs at the moment to let it know if it's a morning flight or an afternoon flight. So, I'm just monitoring the flight here. I'm trying to... I think as the plane slowly gets lighter, as she climbs, she will start to climb as we lose weight. It's a little annoying. Oh, that should be on standard. It's a little annoying, but so slightly nose down. See if we can get back down around 3,400. Try to keep it in the blue box anyway. So I can't leave the cockpit. Obviously, I've got to monitor what's happening with the flight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a little bit of music, and I'm going to just sit back and watch over things, and we'll catch up with you in a bit. And try to give you a little bit of a view out the cockpit window here. All right, enjoy. Well, we're back. Not sure what happened to the music there. We're going to do a little bit of a check. I think the weather's been updated. So if we go over to Alice Springs, 1012, temperature is now 37 degrees. So yeah, it's getting warmer. Winds are 070 at 10. I'm tempted to switch my approach. Let me just see what's available here. Yeah, I think we're going to do the ILS. I think it'll be an easier approach, more favoring of the winds too. So I'm sitting at 214 feet. So let's go to the flight plan. Arrival. We're going to do the ILS Z for runway 12. No transitions. So we'll insert that in. Yeah, that's now changed to come around and then in. Let's make sure this is all entered in here. It is 109.9 and the course is close enough. $5,500 feet will be our target altitude. Alright, so let's take a look outside. Let's see, we're here over the very, very red outback here. I gotta be careful I don't bump the joystick too much. You know, see some very low cloud and a very red landscape. That is pretty awesome, and still have an awesome looking airplane here. Matches well against the background. So we got about 30,000 feet to go. So I'm going to start our descent now, because I know it's going to be a little awkward as we do it manually. So 3,500. And what did I say? It was 1012. So we're going to set the alternate here, 10. 12. There we go. And we'll set our rate of descent at 280, and we're going to monitor that as we go down. So 2,000 feet per second. Will be the guide, and of course, if the autopilot's not working, this is all going to be done manually. So let me just get back in position here where I want to be. Alright, aiming for 2,000 feet per minute here. that's about there. So I'm actually going to make a bit of a turn now. We'll head towards our intercept point so we can get some better, a better approach into where we're going. YBAS is where we're headed. There we go. Try to maintain 2,000. And let's see. Aldim, yeah, 11.2, sure. I don't know where these are. So, Alden's halfway down the glide slope, so we're just going to ignore that. There's 2,000 feet, that's perfect. Yeah, so we're kind of heading this way, and then we'll come in. Should be okay. I mean, this is pretty flat terrain out here, so I'm not too worried. And hopefully I'll get all this updated for next time. I thought rolling back to the stable version of the A320 mod would work. It didn't. So we will have to go back. I got a lead on somebody's been doing some testing, and they've kind of said which one works. So until they get the new update out, we'll have to use that, because we're streaming again on Saturday. We're back in the US, so want to try to make sure we've got a good aircraft there. Hopefully I get an answer back from Aveo and I can figure out what's going on with my my access. I'm just looking at who's online with them right now, and I mean, there's no coverage in America, North America. I think Mexico City's got coverage. A while ago in the evening in Europe was just packed. And there's only 22 controllers on right now. There's not a lot. Oh, there's oh, we just swapped over to that, so we're going to go to 280. Keep the speed under control. Bakacheri Tower, Bakacheri approach. Curitiba control, that's down in South America, Brazil. So, I mean, there's still 300 pilots online right now, but not a lot of controllers. very nice out there. We're 55 miles out. Australia's on my list of places to go once all the travel opens up again. I'd love to spend a few weeks here traveling around, seeing the sights. Alright. Oh, I didn't lock the cabin door. Oh well. Let's get back to 40 miles. Yeah, I'll leave that on there. I'm gonna put on the train radar just in case. There's a few little spots of high terrain that I can see. Or higher terrain. I don't know how high it is. Alright, we're gonna have to kind of pick up the pace a little bit here. I'm also gonna slow her down to 250. Let's go about 2200. There we go. Yep. It's very quiet. Alright, we're descending down. Get out the descent checklists. So de-ice is not required. We've passed through. We're coming up for 18,000 feet. And again, we're going to want 1012 on the winner. So 1012 is set. And cross-checked. Although, here it's 10,000 feet, but I'm doing it early. So our speed's coming back. We are descending down. So we're going to kind of head here, come past user and try to come in at a bit of a shallower approach. Although we are on the ILS, so it shouldn't be an issue. Oh, it's the world seam line there. Oh, hi, Karen. Nikki wants to fly? Yeah, I'm sure she does. So, here's what we're in today. Flying this Qantas Link Airbus A320neo. We left Cairns almost 2 hours ago. And we're on our descent down to Alice Springs in central North Australia. Coming up on 16,000 feet. So that white's not an aircraft, that's the AS waypoint plus the YBAS identifier. Kind of looks like a diamond. Should be the aircraft ID, but it's not. Alright, let's get her back to about 1,500 feet per minute. Slow that descent rate a little bit. 126.15. 126.115. So that's my virtual airline notifier that said, hey, you still awake in there? And yes, I am. There we go. And Nikki, I think you're sitting right at that window there. Oops, let me get the mouse on the screen. You're sitting right at that window right there. Alright,
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
You can see we're coming up for 11,000 feet, but I mean, we're only going down to 5,000, so we've only got about another 6,000 feet to go on our descent. So we're going to turn to about 230 heading. There we go. Alright, so we're down to 10,000 feet. So speed is set to 50 knots. Landing lights will come on. Landing system will come on, both sides. And we're already picking up the localizer. Fuel quantity is checked. We're not going to have to worry about going to our alternate. The weather is fine. Flaps are up and landing gear are confirmed up as well. So there's another aircraft. You can see the red and green lights. So he must have just left Cairns. You can see the little bits of train elevation that I was talking about. So about 220 degrees. Again, I'm just simulating being vectored in by ATC. There we go. There's 7,000 feet. Slower descent rate to about 1,000 feet a minute now. There we go. And again, that stunning red terrain as far as the eye can see. 240 knots on the airspeed. What's our approach speed today? Is 153. Yeah, it's hot and we're at a higher elevation. See a little bit of terrain starting to pop up on the radar. All right. So, approach mode is activated. Seatbelt signs are on. Radios are set. Speed is set. Landing lights are checked on. Taxi light is on. Ground spoilers are armed. Oop. Auto brake is set. And until I hit the autopilot, that's not going to work. So we'll go back to 210. There's the terrain. Those ridges there. So speed's coming back to 210. Slower descent down. I'm going to make our turn here. It's 210 knots, so flaps go to 1. It's 550 feet. A little bit of rocking. Turn in a little bit further here. Now, turning on approach mode will negate all the problems with the LNAV and VNAV. Should allow us to operate in proper manage mode as well. So we're going to go into approach mode, autopilot, and manage speed. There we go. Maybe not.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
All right. She's not playing nice today. So we're going to do this by hand. So speed back to 180. Nope, stop. So once again, that's the errors with the latest update, and the autopilot is not working properly. So as I mentioned, I'll have to get the other version. That's okay, we'll hand fly her in. I can do that. So let's get the cabin crew seated. Or at least let them know we're getting close. So needles are coming in. We'll go back to 150. And drop the gear. Flaps 3. Alright, let's turn for the approach. Airport's right ahead of us. Don't descend yet. And there we go, flaps free. Let's try that again. All right. Well, I have the airport in sight. Exit to the right eventually when we're down. Look at a little bit of a wind, slight left crosswind. Slightly high, but we're coming down to it. To about 700 or 800 feet per minute. Hold it. It's looking good. And for Nikki, here's her view. Yeah, much better than landing the other way.
500.
All right. Landing.
400. 300.
60 knots, reversers in. Well, welcome to Alice Springs. Alright, let's get turned the other way. We'll taxi back to the
Ladies and gentlemen, we have
terminal.
reached our destination. The local time is 11:05 a.m. and it's currently about 37 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. As this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
Alright. So we're going to taxi back and get to our gate. And we are going to gate 5. I need a little bit more power to get this thing going. So we can clean up the airplane so the flaps can come up. Landing lights off, taxi lights fine, strobe lights come off, get the APU up and going. I'm gonna go up to Delta, come off there. That's a bit of general aviation there. See equipment right there, that's where we're headed. So we didn't do bad, we're about 25 minutes ahead of schedule. See the guy waving me in there? Alright, let's get back into the cockpit. Make sure we can see him. So the baggage is all ready to go, air stairs. A little more power here. It's heavy, still a heavy airplane. And it is very hot and fairly high elevation. All right, bringing it up, bringing it up. Remember, the nose wheel is a little bit further back from where I am, so. So we can see him from outside. I can't see you at all, buddy. There goes his arms. All right, now we can park. All right, so parking brake is on. Thrust levers are at idle. External power is on. Ground contacts established. We have electrical power. Engines will come off in a second. Let's get them bringing out all the equipment before we start. So we want the ramp.
Ground Qantas Link Quebec Juliet Echo 6171, could you please send a ramp?
You're gonna do the talking
Qantas
thing.
Link Quebec Juliet Echo 6171, a ramp is on its way.
And baggage.
Ground Qantas Link Quebec Juliet Echo 6171, could you please send the baggage?
Alright. Beacons off. You can hear passengers are starting to move around.
Baggage is on the way.
Oh, bags are coming off, so everything else is done. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the flight. It's a hot one out there today. You can see a couple more aircraft actually coming into land there. Enjoy your stay here in Alice Springs, and we will see you on the next one. Bye for now.